Hello everyone. As promised, we got our 096 patch today in SCUM. I'm really excited to see all the new changes they made. So let's get into it. First, find the new Dawn server. We also had a wipe as part of the patch update, so we're going to start off in the last location we were on the server. But back in our oranges with no cash, no gold, and no items. So the only thing we're going to be keeping is our character and the skills we've built up previously. New Dawn PvE server by Lithias. I can highly recommend any of his servers. Doesn't matter what your playstyle is. The community is really nice. Just type in Lithias and refresh and you'll see all these servers pop up. That's if I can spell it correctly. There we go. It's got different types of servers for different playstyles. I prefer PvE, but let's get into this. I'm gonna continue with our existing character. As we're starting from scratch, I think first priority will be to get our starting gear going and then to go and find some loot. Okay. Here we are in C3. This is my preferred location for solo play. There's a lot of areas close by that I know quite well and I'm quite confident in.
Your survival rate is
That's our new AI bot.
higher just by not standing still. You have now been granted access to my knowledge database, the Codex. Access it now.
So that is Dina. She's a new AI bot to guide us through the game. She also gives you little, not quests, but little tasks to do. Just to help new players learn the ropes. We also have a new journal that's being used to track all your quests. You can see here. Quests available at all the outposts, and a quest that you're busy with or tracking will appear here once you've accepted it. And then here in the Codex, that's
you are unable to
Dina's
find a piece
area.
Of information in the Codex. It doesn't exist.
There's all sorts
When
of
you are
guides
ready,
on how to do the
proceed
basics.
to the Tasks tab.
But we're not gonna spend too much time on that because we need to make a rope. Okay, and some stuff, more rocks for our axe head. I'm not destroying my card now because this is a PvE server, so I don't need to worry about anybody stealing my money. And we need a little bit more, a few more sticks. One actually. Okay. So, going through the starting ritual, I showed them my top 10 tips for beginners. Axe can go in your back, this can go in pants. 6 rope uses left. Let's see, we might need some more of that, so. Actually, I don't need to cut down the bush. We can go straight for a tree now, because we've got the axe. That tree's gonna turn into a smaller one. I don't want that. This one will be fine. Because we're looking for a branch, so we can make some arrows. And a bow. Where did the branch go? There we are. You'll notice one of the changes, they made some movement changes. You jump, you use up a lot of stamina. You check in the corner there. A lot of my stamina disappeared just by jumping. It's to prevent all the bunny hopping in PvP. Make it a little bit more realistic. People are going to have to think about what they're doing now. And they made a big change to sprinting. We've got 4 speeds now: walking, running, jogging, running, sprinting. And as soon as your stamina is below 80%, you can't sprint anymore. That's going to force people to do sprints in short bursts and not just speed across open areas from cover to cover. I don't think we have enough rope for a bow yet. Let me just double check. Oh, we do. Great. 35. Let's do that one. That's great. Also, they've re-implemented the inertia system to prevent this left and right movement. So if you're on speed and you're running around, you won't be able to just go left and right to avoid people. Let's cut up one more. Okay, that should be enough for arrows and for some more rope, because we're going to need some rope for our backpack. So let's do one more, and then I need a knife again. I left my knife somewhere. Doesn't matter. I'll make another one. Stone knives are plenty. And then because I've got the DLC, I've got the branded undershirt instead of a white one. However, for the male characters, if you have DLC, you've got the willy warmer, which is good for rags. So with that and the undershirt, we could good for a backpack. Okay, just need some more rope. 2 uses is not gonna cut it. You require at least 4 uses. I've only got 2 left, so some of these amounts, just remember, is a little bit lower than what you would have if you don't have engineering. My character has got advanced engineering, so that reduces a lot of my expenses when it comes to crafting. But because my medical is still on no skill, I use a lot of bandages. I'm 96% though, so we'll get to basic medical very soon, hopefully. We've got 5 decks. The nice thing about keeping your character is you can keep on building on these long-term goals, because as a casual player it takes me a while to increase all those things. Favorites, career backpack. Oh. And then the next thing we need, 5 rags, 4 ropes, and a stick. Okay, but for the quiver I think we're gonna wait until we get a puppet. I'm not gonna cut up more of my clothing right now, otherwise I will be having heat issues. So next is arrows. Remember, if you click there and you click that, you'll craft 1 arrow. If you double click here at the top, like in the trader, you can say you want 2, 3 or 4 if you want a specific amount. Or in our case, I'm gonna go back, select the arrows and just autocraft so that it makes as many arrows as possible. We're gonna need 4 rope uses, so I'm gonna leave this one behind with the 2 uses and take that one with, that's got 6 uses left. That way we should be able to make our quiver soon. 11 out of 12 arrows, that's good enough to go exploring. Got our axe on 1. I'm going to swap those around, I think. This is just my personal preference. I like having my bow on 1. Just playstyle preference, so remember with your scroll wheel on your mouse you can run faster and slower. And let's see what the puppet spawns look like, because that's another thing they worked on, is hordes and puppet spawns. Apparently we should be able to find some sleeper puppets again, which we've been missing for quite some time. So we'll keep an eye out for those. See if we can find any sleepers. I don't need fish hooks at this point or cigarettes. Ooh, lock is nice. Might drop that later if I'm a bit tight for space, but since we are starting fresh, we're gonna need a lock. Again on the PvE on this PvE server, and there's a bedroll. The woods are quite safe in general. People generally don't steal your things. It's against the server rules as well. So we should be good by just crafting a chest and naming it, but like with most things in life, you never know who you find on the server and what their tendency is for following the rules. So having a lock is always a good thing. And there's a water bottle, which is good. I need some water. Normally we've got some puppets in this area, which I don't see currently. Look, nobody in here. So my plan for now is to work through this village, which I'm quite familiar with, and then go up there to the castle to get a nice bow and hopefully a sporran bag, whatever else we can find. Let's just be not too relaxed down here. There's normally a puppet upstairs here. Not today. Soda can. Okay, for now, got the plastic water bottle, otherwise I would have taken the soda can. So in this early stages, like you can see, my loot space is quite limited because of the clothing I've got, so I'm trying to make some good decisions with regards to what to spend my space on. I'm going to start hoarding a bit more once we have more space to carry things. Screwdrivers, always good to have. Okay. Oh, why not? Let's put this on. These workshops are not just good for screwdrivers, but we can find some construction pants. There we go. Some nails. Need bolts and nails for our flag, because that's the other thing we need to do soon. And for the flag, we're gonna need a couple of things. Some work gloves. Not a big fan of the scalpel. Tire repair kit. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can swap. No, that's too heavy. That's light enough. I'm gonna swap the. I've got 2 padlocks. How much do I need for a lock? Let's just see. For a basic lock, I need 3 and a toolbox. Okay. So 1 more, and then we're good to make a lock. That's one of the benefits of advanced engineering. I think it's five padlocks normally. Let's look for some more clothing. The house at the back there as well. Interestingly enough, I normally skip that one in the back. Skirt? That's not. Well, yes, we're gonna take the skirt. Not to show off our legs, but that's gonna be rags for either our cover or our flag. And the nice thing about the skirt in that regard is that it's only 1 slot, so let's leave that one. Sometimes get lucky with some locks in here as well, but we're gonna need some scrap for the toolbox as well as our flag, because we need toolbox users to create the flag as well. Okay, let's go for the hat instead of the hard hat, I think. And our first backpack, school backpack, new model. There we go, we've got some extra space. And I have to say, I'll take a nice screenshot now, but the school backpack looks quite cool. Yep, they've remodeled them. They're a little bit bulkier on your back, and the graphics look really nice. Okay, so now I need to cut up that one, because that'll give me some rags back. And another skirt. Alright, I think we are just about good. Make a knife. School backpack's got a little bit of damage. 1 block blocked out there. As soon as we find fishing line or thread, we'll sort that out. Okay, so let's cut that one first, because it takes a lot of space. And we need the rags now. Only 1. That's not very impressive. Three rags and a rag strip from a skirt, so there you go. Definitely worth our while, and we picked up this rope with 48 out of 50 uses, which is also great, because that means we're not going to need rope for a long time. Okay, so go back to our favorites. What do we still need? We need a stick. And there we go, improvised quiver. We need one bolt, one nail, one scrap. And we've got a toolbox. So now the arrows can go there, freeing up even more space. These rags can double up as bandages, so we're going to keep them. Otherwise, if we don't use them for bandages, they're going to go into our flag. Don't need the pan right now. Those are luxuries for when you have a base. At the moment we are still nomads. I would like to get a flag down and at least get a chest, because then I can store some things that I might want to use a little bit later, or things that if I'm lucky enough and I find something rare, I don't have to worry now about where am I going to put it and will it be there. Because if we don't have a chest and we just leave it on the floor, it'll despawn with this when we restart the server or when we log out and come back in. So, always good to get some storage. Don't need a flag for the chest. Sorry, I know I made that sound like that. We can build a chest anywhere. But putting down a flag first also gives us a little bit of safe space, because the puppets won't spawn inside your flag area. They can walk into the flag area, but they won't spawn inside it. Another backpack, but that's in a little bit poorer condition. It's on the floor here. Bunny slippers, no thank you. I think our sneakers are better. Let's see if we can get a decent knife. Or at least something with a few more durability points than the stone knife. Doesn't look like it, but we can take this bag. So we can carry it in our hands. See, yeah, see that. It's a lot more damaged, but it's storage space, right? Motorcycle pants, there we go. More space and more weight. Biker pants are nice and hot as well if you're in a cold area. It's a little bit of a problem if you're in a very warm area. Here in the sea zones we get a little bit of both, depending on the weather and the time of day. The temperature fluctuates quite a lot. That's why I like layering, so I've got some things I can take off and some things I can put on. Nice needle and a woodcutter shirt. That's good. Needle in the card can go there. What else can go in my pocket? One's lockpicks. And then that can go there. Not too bad, not too bad. And our third lock. A piece of scrap. Let's take more than one. Because we need one for this, but we need a bolt as well, and we can get that bolt from one of the workbenches. We can craft the bolt using the other piece of scrap that we've got. More rags, as we saw. Skirts are great for rags. Seen surprisingly little few puppets there. Not that I'm complaining right now. I mean, right off the bat, not having a boatload of pups. Look at that. Look at that. Hiking backpack. Oh, and it's 82%, so we have got no damage. This is a really lucky find. To get a hiking backpack so early is really, really good. We can stack our nails. This is a really lucky find, guys. You don't always get them that early. This is a nice game changer early on, because now we've got the largest backpack available in the game. And 2 others. So we're going to put that one in there because it's got the least amount of space. In fact, no, let's not do that. Let's cut this one up now into rags. As well as that. And we're gonna craft ourselves a bundle of rags. Because with all of these, we should be able to do that. A bundle of rags. That's going to take only 2 spaces, and let's do another one for those. And yes, we're back to 4 spaces total, but it's less than. We can split these up, it's not one big block like the other backpack. And then the one with more space we can carry in our hands, so we can load it up with some gear as well. So now in that case, I say let's go and grab some scrap metal and fill this bag with scrap metal. Oh, there we go, there's a puppet. Okay. Careful what you wish for. Nothing Nothing really worthwhile. I'm hearing another puppet. Not seeing... Ah, there's the arrow that we missed. Perhaps in the house. Yep, there she is inside. Let's just go around here. Okay, we need to be careful now. We came in nice and easy. It looks like they've respawned. So, need to just double check my surroundings now and not assume it's all clear just because I've been there before. I'm not gonna worry about the cargo drops right now. Haven't got any bobby pins. Well, we can try here, but we don't. Unless it's really close to us. It's not worth going there right now, but we got some bobby pins, so and 2 screwdrivers, so we can get something out of a drop. We need 6 actually to make the drop worth our while. And that's assuming you don't fail on any of them. Beanie gives us a little bit more heat than the hat. You'll see the beanie's got 3 heat. The hat has got 0. So the hat is more rags and we're gonna be wearing the beanie instead. Checking for some food. These bags normally have got hazelnuts, which is nice protein. They don't last or stay in your system very long, but they do help out. There's another water bottle in there that we missed, but one's good for now. So now I want to show you seeds and a brick. No thanks. Okay. So now we've got scrap here, so we can go crafting. And have I got it as a favorite? No, I don't. So at the bottom here, say craft me a bolt. Potato plant. Parsnip. No, I want the potato, not the parsnip. Alrighty. So now we're back here in my favorite spot. Drop our bag here. Grab the axe. Cut down the tree. Because we're going to need a blunt tool for the toolbox, and we can get a club from one of these logs that we cut into planks. Wooden club, there we go. And now let's see, can we do the toolbox? Yep, you can do the toolbox. I'm not mistaken, that's gonna give us 20 uses. Yep. Uses, which means if we go to our base building and our very special pirate flag, because of course we're a pirate. Let's put our flag at back here so we're not all the way into the road. And we need 7 rags, 7 use of a toolbox, 1 nail or a bolt, 7 rags, 7 scrap metal. We've got the bolt, got that. And let's see how much scrap metal did we collect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we've got enough of those as well. And now 7 rags. Uncraft. Uncraft. Okay, let's see if we can use the dirty rags first. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, clean rag. And we've got a flag, guys. Quick. Next, let's get a chest. Oh. I wanted to check for that lock. We need 13 uses. No, we need 15. We've only got 13. Okay, so we need to make another toolbox. Can we do that? What do we need? Short. We need a bolt and a nail. Or 2 pieces of scrap. Okay. That's not a problem. So let's go back to base building. For this chest we need 1 bolt or nail. Rope and 6 planks. So I'll show you now what you can do. So we can go here and we can go Shift F and it will fill the blueprint with what we have on us. We've got all the rope we need. I just cut up some planks here. So now we just need some nails, and we're gonna need some for toolbox and for the chest. So let's go and look through these cars again. Maybe I missed one. Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Yep. 1, 2, 3, that should be enough. Let's craft 1 nail, 1 bolt, and leave the other scrap metal because I think we need some scrap metal piece for another toolbox. Have we got our axe with us? Yes. So we shouldn't be too greedy. Be careful in the beginning. It's tempting to just make everything into nails or everything into bolts, but you'll notice that a lot of these early recipes will require a combination of nails, bolts, scrap metal, etc. So, for example, the toolbox, we have to have one of each, but also a piece of scrap. And for the chest, we also need one of those. So, it can be either a nail or a bolt. So now the thing is, what do I want more? Oh, I think I want the chest before I want the lock. So we're gonna complete our chest. Give it a name. And then we're gonna dump all the materials we need in here. Actually, yeah, that's fine. We've got enough space at the moment. So we're gonna do this. Put all of these things here. We don't need to carry the locks with us. The rope we can leave here as well. Screwdrivers and the bobby pins might be... Okay, the advanced lockpicks we don't want to use now. This needle we can use to fix things. The oranges we want for rags. So again, we don't need to carry it with us everywhere. And we might need some planks for a few other crafting items. And if we take that branch, this is a really big piece, but gives us a lot of sticks, which we'll need now as well. Let me pick this up. Let's see if it's too heavy. No, it's still good. Put our chest at our flag. Okay. Let's try one time. One house at the back that we've skipped. What's in here? Fertilizer, we don't need that right now. Once we start gardening, that'll be something to consider. And we've got a cap. But like I said, over in this area of the map here, well, you normally need a little bit of heat every now and then. Down here it's more moderate. Bottom two rows is really hot. And obviously everywhere there's snow, you're gonna struggle with cold again. Okay. Parsnip is food, let's keep that for now. I heard a puppet somewhere around here as well. I think it's on the outside. Another backpack. We have been really lucky with backpacks, guys. That's one leather, two school backpacks, and a hiking backpack all in one loot run. Not too bad. And this is all on vanilla loot. And let me just say, that's not what I normally get, so... The scum gods are in our favor. or shall I say the randomizer is liking us. I think, there's the puppet that we're hearing. Okay. I think, however, I've gone through all the cars over here. Lead plate, don't... Oh. That sounds like a Harley, the new cruiser bike. Oh no, it's a plane, there we go. Alright, I think that's all we're gonna get out of this town right now. Not interested in the puppets immediately because I don't have any thread. As soon as we've got some fishing line or thread and we can make a sewing kit, then puppets become more attractive because we can get some rags from them for crafting, but we can also get skin that we can use for a better quiver. Now, all done here, we're going to my next, one of my favorite looting spots, especially early game. And that's the castle. Castle, we're gonna get a nice bow upgrade. We can get a lot of nice quality, or nice arrows and swords. So melee weapon, ranged weapon, proper ranged ammo, sporran bags, which is really good for storage. And on our way back, just past the river, we should be able to find some mushrooms, which will let us make vegetable skewers. Okay, so I think let's just start. Okay, rest a little bit. Pop it there. First person, she can't see us, so we should, well, we can't see her, which means she probably can't see us either. Third person to do some surveying. I hear another one. There we go. Oops. I've forgotten that wooden arrows don't do as much damage. 11 uses of glue, not right now. I've got better pants and a better hoodie. Okay, we were looking for more metal. Oh, there we get a nail, a bolt, and scrap metal. All the different variations. See, doesn't look like we've got a puppet up here. Okay, now this location crossbow bolts. No. This loot location is really nice in the sense that if you're a new player or if it's early in the game, I don't like that helm. You can, as you can see, in relative safety loot, because as soon as you're up here, you might encounter one puppet in the tower itself, but they can't climb these ladders. So you are, once you're at least one floor up, you are safe from the puppets. Even if for some reason you manage to spawn a horde, I have climbed up one of these ladders and just waited for them to calm down a bit and start walking around instead of running everywhere, and then you can deal with them. Because you triggered the horde, you'll still have a lot of puppets in the area, or while you're outside they might come at you from very weird distances and places. Metal sword, there we go. Medieval sword is really what we want, but the metal sword is good as well. The only reason I prefer the medieval one is it sells for more, but when it comes to self-defense, the metal crafted sword is just as good. Beats trying to melee with the axe. The axe can serve you well if you have nothing. As the saying goes, half a bread is better than no bread. Hey, where did she go to now? Did she fall or did she glitch? Let's take a melee weapon to this. Oh, she glitched out. Okay, that's not good. Let's get up here. She's glitching a little bit, it seems. She's bouncing up and down between places. Got some cash. Crossbow bolts. Crossbow is very slow, guys. It's got nice range, but the reload time is terrible. So I really don't like it. And there we go, medieval sword. I'm gonna see how many of them we pick up. We might actually even drop a lot of our scrap if we get enough swords. Because if we can fix up these swords, a fully repaired metal sword is gonna sell for around 1,300 bucks, and that is something, especially early game. I think we've got enough scrap. That's something especially early game that is very valuable. Because we're looking to get at least 50,000 for a decent vehicle. We can get a bike for less, I think they're around 30. Ah, there's our sporran bag. 2 of them, in fact. They sell for about 120 broadhead metal arrows. That's the stuff we're talking about. We can get our broadhead carbons. Now that's even better. 89 for... Okay, we're gonna swap out our sword for a better quality sword. Nice, another one. Okay, so now we don't want these arrows anymore. Broadhead carbons are way better. We're gonna turn this guy on his side so we can fit that sword in there. Sporran bag can hold 5 kilos, guys. So for now, let's put put some scrap in there because other scrap is small but heavy. Sporran bag inside the motorcycle pants. The knife can go in there. Bullets. No, arrows can go there. Alrighty. Not a bad start. Let's just have a quick look here. Let me see. It's lifetime. No. Okay. There's quite a few towers. What I'm doing now is, as you can see, quite worth it. It's not very fast, however. Having to go and repair the swords before you sell them is also not very fast. We don't have a workbench yet, so it's gonna take a lot. £50 and we've got a 35, so it's another upgrade. You can repair the swords at one of those benches. That's okay, that's gonna give us some heat. Let's take the ammo for now. I wanted to... lost my train of thought. Oh. It's a slow way of looting, it's a profitable way. If we don't have a workbench, which we don't, then in order to fix the swords, we're going to have to use one of the benches in town. And we're additionally going to need to use some toolbox uses. As you saw, we get about 20 uses out of a craftable toolbox. And each repair exercise is gonna consume about 5 uses of that toolbox, and we are at maximum only gonna get 5% durability. Sometimes you're unlucky and you get 3%, or something lower, but the best you can get is 5% at a time at 5 toolbox uses. So that is a lot of toolboxes to get from 50% to 100%. However, if we have a workbench in a base, the percentage of durability that gets repaired gets instead deducted from the percentage durability of the workbench. The reason why that is better is we can repair the workbench with a single toolbox use. So we can consume our workbench durability from, let's say, 100% all the way down to 75, which will give us quite a number of, that's what, 25%, so we can restore 25% on a sword, and then still just need one toolbox use in order to fix the workbench, which means at that rate we can really almost take, say, 25% times 5 is 125% repair. So much more worth our while. But you'll see as this series progress, because I'm going to take you along for my journey now from fresh start on the server to up to the point where we've got a base and a vehicle and we can loot any point of interest that we feel like doing. And as we grow, we'll get better and better ways of doing things. The workbench is not terribly difficult. The biggest issue is you need both a drill and a rebar cutter in order to build the bench. All the other items are normal wood, planks, logs, things like that. It's just the drill and the rebar cutter that you need, and you're gonna have to loot that from most of the time. It's gonna be in some workshops or garages. If we get a cargo lucky enough to get a cargo drop close by, it's also possible to get those items in the cargo drop, because some of the drops have got like starter kits, so it'll have backpack and some clothing and some food and medical supplies. Some of them have got base building things like chainsaws and etc. Okay, we're not going to carry all of them, so let's just have another one with high quality in case we need a backup. So that's one. That's 3,000 over there already. If we can get them leveled up, we'll see. Crafting lots of toolboxes just for that might also not be the most interesting way of leveling up, but who knows. We can get lucky and pick up a 50 use toolbox or a 100 use toolbox, and then it might be worth it. Like I said, while we're here, we might as well take them home. We got lucky enough to get a really nice backpack early on. You fill this backpack with swords, you easily walk out of the trader with 10k in one trip, which is really fast. First, our goal would just be to get enough cash for a sector spawn, which, if I'm not mistaken, is about 500 bucks. The respawn rates differ from server to server. I know on the PvP servers it's a lot more expensive to prevent people from just instantly spawning the sector after a battle. But on the PvE server, since your respawn does not negatively affect other players, Lithai has reduced the rate a bit. I think we are on 500. Maybe a bit less, we'll see. Another sword, okay. So, bow and arrows and metal broadhead arrows. Honestly, I'm not sure. Let's take the carbon arrows, they weigh less. I'm not gonna keep that. That's not worth keeping. Instead of the sword, I'd rather have the sword. And then we're approaching full bag at the moment, so it's just I think for now. Ow, that was not very clever. So this last drop, it's always better to take 1 or 2 steps down the ladder and then press jump. Because if you do that, you will almost certainly be able to drop to the floor without hurting yourself. If, like me, you do it from platform, it depends how high the platform is. Another thing you can do instead is to crouch down, and you'll see in that hole there's a little ledge, and if you just go one step down onto that ledge, it also helps. Those shoes are actually in worse condition than mine, even though they're funky Robin Hood boots. Neither condition is what's more important at this point. Oh, we've got space for those. No. That. Maybe let's put our knife on number 3 so we don't use our sword for things like this. Equip the knife. Cut that into strips. And I know we're not in a squad, but let's make an armband. I mean, why not? That's one of the new items. We don't really have squad mates to be concerned about. But I've got a squad, so let's do this. Let's edit the banner a little bit. I think let's go with that one. What do you think? Or something like that. Let's go 3 stripes. We go same blue we've got there. No, I don't like the stripes. That can work. Nope. That one. That's the one. Accept inventory. And refresh the emblem. And now, if we go to our selfie mode, there we go. Look at that. Nice. Okay. Oh, and we want to take our rags with us, right? That was kind of the point. So, what I'm doing now is I'm just checking if perhaps I can get a slightly better bow. No, don't feel like dealing with that guy. Let's go around the back here. Oh, 2 of them. But we've got better arrows now, so this should be quick. There we go. Big difference now that we're not using the wooden arrows. If your archery is still low, please, the best way to get your archery up is to take more shots to kill them. So, my archery I think is already... There's our dex, no sorry, strength. My archery is already at advanced. So I started with medium. And I created my character. And then I generally tend to stick with wooden arrows until I hit advanced. Settled. Oh. That's not good. Another bug. See this piece of lumber behind me? If you step down onto that, before you drop down, then normally you won't hurt your feet either. But it's just simpler for me to take the ladder, start climbing, and then drop down. Otherwise, you need to time that very carefully and make sure you're dropping down, you know, at the right spot. That foreign bag is also not good, so let's do that. Ours is 77, this one is 83, so we are gonna drop our one as well. Put on the 83 one and transfer. And take the sword with us instead. Cobra 50, Cobra 50, same as what we've got. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes there's many swords, sometimes there's lots of bows. However, swords, bows, foreign bags, as you can see, that's the theme for the castle. There's a bunch of towers around the inner circle that you saw me do with them all along the moat. And then on the outer edge there's some towers as well. There's a few in the middle, but normally it's not worth going through the extra trouble of going after them as well. It's more chances of encountering puppets, more chances of getting hurt. Okay, so now arrows, arrows, arrows. Don't need the bullets. Can put that over there. It's gonna go down one, and then we can drop the metal arrows for the metal sword. The reason I don't like the medieval helm is you can't eat or drink while wearing it, so you have to take it off every time you want to eat something or drink something, and that's really annoying. Okay, so as you saw there, take a couple of steps down. This is heading towards our base anyway, so I'm not going too far off track. Okay, let's see. This one. Okay. Lots of arrows in the castle, and as we can see, even some ammo. Fire armor. You probably saw me slide there. Oh. Slide down a little something. I see my food and drink is very low. All the jumping quickly depleted my stamina. And sprinting as well, I need to try and stick to a jog. Black Oak 90. That's the stuff. That's what we want. Okay, so now the poundage of the bow makes it harder to pull back. However, if you start with this 3 strength, you'll be able to pull back all of the poundages. What you will notice, however, is, and I'll show you that once we're down and out of here. What you will definitely notice is your ability to keep it pulled back while, for example, you are aiming, will be affected. So if I have a lower poundage bow, I can press and hold. So if we do this, if I press and hold my left mouse button, it'll pull back and start to aim. You will see there. If I didn't cancel it with right click and I kept on holding it back, I would actually lose, the string will slip out and the arrow will just go in a odd direction. If you have a lower poundage bow, you'll be able to do this aim for much longer before your character starts struggling. So you're gonna have to decide what you're more comfortable with. For me, because the higher poundage is a stronger string, your arrows actually travel much further before they start dropping down. It just means you have to decide to take your shot a little bit faster. And I prefer that over being able to sit and aim and aim and aim and aim. Because it means I can reach puppets way further and I'm more accurate at longer ranges. So even though I might not be able to aim forever, I try and get a 90 or 100 bow as soon as possible, so I can be accurate on long range. And like you saw, there was a whole bunch of arrow upgrades as part of the deal. Okay, these bushes over here, there's the clearing where we put our flag. These bushes over here between the river and that clearing normally has some mushrooms. And not always in exactly the same place. So it's a little bit of a expedition, and the foliage hides them quite well. But you'll learn to spot them. Search for rocks. Of course, that little pop-up also helps. So whenever I'm here, I wanted to say when I'm here to fetch water, and I just realized we drank all our water. Whenever I come here to fetch water, I normally also see if I can't pick up a mushroom or two. Drinking straight from the river, you get about 200-250 mils, which is more than what you get from one sip out of a bottle. So if I'm at a source, what I would normally do is, there's a mushroom. What I would normally do is fill up my container first and then drink from the bottle. This is a nice edible one. Okay, so now we've got a bit of a space problem. Let's leave. Oh, we are so close. Can we put this in our hands? Yes. We are right at our flag, so these ones I think are the poisonous ones. There's one white mushroom with a very flat top that is poisonous, and there's one that looks a little bit similar that's not. So all the other species is quite obvious. That one's nice and round. There's one with like a bullet top that's also edible. And there's the brown ones. Most of the brown ones are edible. And then there's this big massive one that takes up 4 slots in your inventory, but it's got 10 uses instead of just one, which is really nice. Okay, more advanced lockpicks, but that's bobby pins are lockpicks as well, so we're more in need of screwdrivers than lockpicks. Okay, so what we wanted to do actually now, before I throw all of these things back in the chest, is we wanted to craft ourselves a lock. And for that we needed another toolbox, because our toolbox did not have enough uses. So we craft another toolbox. We craft ourselves a lock. Please go back to general. There we go. Iron lock. As soon as you on the PvE server, as soon as you put a lock onto something, the game actually assigns that item as yours. There we go. So from now on, if someone messes with my stuff, I actually am able to log a ticket with the admins, and they might be able to trace that item or trace the activity because it's assigned to me. If your chest is just open, like mine was in the beginning, then the server won't log who opens it and who uses it. So let's see, we've got one of those, one of those, one of those. Do we have another bolt? No. And a blunt tool. So take all of those with. Let's not be too hasty. Swords are the best. Got 80% and a 78. I don't think we'll be able to do more than that right now. But even if that's the only things we can do, that's already 3k at the trader. Right there. So let's go see. Are you starving? Okay, let's see if we can help you with that. There's some gardens here as well. There we go. Onion. Another onion. Hey, no potatoes. Carbs from the potatoes are really nice. Corn and potatoes. Corn, potatoes, mushrooms. Those are the things you want. potatoes for the carbs, mushrooms so that you can craft a vegetable skewer with potato and the corn. And that will give you the best recovery on your stamina. So let's start with this guy, repair. I was a little bit over enthusiastic. Yep, we done one sword to 95. Alright. But slowly does it. We're not in a hurry. You don't have to rush this. In fact, taking it at your own pace, little bits of progress at a time, is the best way to do this thing. Okay, so now we've got quite a lot done, if I have to say so myself. Just eat. I think I might start with a little base. Start with a little bit of base building. The way we're going to do that is we're going to take this out. I grab this rope because we're going to need a lot of rope. Take the branch, angle it so that that tip over there is pointing in the direction we want parts to go, and then we're going to chop this into 6. And this is why I say you guys shouldn't be too worried on, especially PvE, about engineering, because a lot of this building we're going to get some engineering for, and what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to find all the pieces. However, not just because I want to know where they are, but also because doing so allows me to use my awareness, and that will level up your awareness. Everything that you find in your vicinity here counts for awareness. So loot you find in locations, or like this, if you cut up sticks and you discover the sticks, that helps. If you unpack a whole bunch of bobby pins and turn them into lockpicks, you'll have a floor of lockpicks around you. All these little things help. The reason I'm cutting up all the long sticks is because your first level of base building is to twig components, and the twig components you can use either a long stick or a small stick. And since I get 4 small sticks out of a long stick, it's just way easier because I can fill the blueprint with the small sticks, and I can use the small sticks to craft ropes, which I'm also going to need to fill the blueprint. So it's just being economical. Oh, that's a mistake. Okay, be careful of that. My character just grabbed my sword to chop wood. You do not want to do that. Make sure you've got the right sorry, not weapon, the right tool equipped. Not only do better tool or the correct tools or better tools give you more materials, but it's much easier to craft a new axe than what it is to fix a broken sword. Or much simpler. Okay, we are in a flag area, so even if this chest is too heavy for us to pick up on our shoulders, we are allowed to drag it inside our flag area. If you are at the trader, you're gonna have to, you can take it out of a vehicle and put it back in, but otherwise you have to pick it up on your shoulders and carry it, which will only be allowed if it's below, I think, 80 kilograms. So that's also a little trick if you're on a PvP server and you can take your chest and load it up with logs to make it too heavy to pick up and then lock it, but I prefer hiding it by burying it. Those are the new base components: improvised turret, 50 cal, flamethrower, minigun and rocket. Really nice. Okay, but we are... Oh, and that big trapdoor, which is also a new one. So first we're going to start with a foundation. Now you can see grass here will actually come through the foundation. You're going to have to decide how big of a deal that is to you. Whether you want to care about that, a lot about that or not. I'm gonna try and keep my flag on the inside. It's not required on Lithiasis servers. The flags are not destructible. They're not allowed to be placed on a base component, so someone can't break your flag. Also, let's put it outside. Can't break your flag, but also they can't take it over because the period for taking a flag over is set extremely high, so that it's not something that you can do or that's worth doing. Alright, so let's just do this. I'm trying to be too specific, I think, because I want to bold and rebold and... But let's do that. Okay, we need stick, a cutting tool. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my sword and stick it in the chest. That way I can't accidentally use it. Got a knife, got an axe, that's fine. We're gonna need some wooden logs as well. But let's just fill with what we've got. Okay. Then we're going to take our axe. Sorry, this one. And we cut down a tree. Alt C, put the same pattern and snap. Now the thing is, if I want the flag inside, I'm gonna need to build all the way around it, like that. And use up a whole square to have it on the inside. But who am I kidding? Of course I'm gonna do that. Okay. Why is everything populated, but I don't see my foundation? Oh, twig. Sorry, not everything. We need a stick. Grab some sticks. I'm gonna throw the rest in my chest. Just so that we don't lose them. There we go. You know what? I think I know what I'm going to do. I had this before. The same dilemma. I'm going to do this. Can I reach my flag? Yes. So let's build one of these. Nope. Okay. I'm being a little bit pedantic now. But you will understand. Once the reason I'm trying to be able to get to my flag from inside my base is because once you'll remember I spoke about using the workbench. Now if I want to use the workbench to repair swords, I'm gonna need access to my flag to repair the workbench. My flag is completely inaccessible from inside. I need to run outside every time to fix the flag. 10 minutes till server restart. That gets really old really quickly. That's too close. Okay. However, I previously did have it so that I could build a foundation close enough to the flag Okay, I think that's good. So it doesn't clip. And put a window next to it. Want to see if the new board work. This board window can work. And then I was able to stand inside my base, still get to my flag to repair elements. I think they might have blocked us from doing that, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. That's what it's looking like. Which means I'm wasting a little bit of materials this way, but that's okay. We are trying to ensure that once I get this done, okay, it's not gonna let me do that. Fine. Then we will just do this. We'll place foundations around like that. Which means I will need let's see if I can be creative here. I don't know what we're gonna do here. Let's finish up what we can. We need a log. I think that now. We're just gonna go with this. Where did we cut down this tree? There we go. Five minutes until the restart. Okay. We have started our journey. We have got a hiking backpack, a quiver, some nice gear, sporran bag. We have a 90-pound bow. We've got decent carbon arrows. And we have built a chest. And we've started base building. I've got a floor. I will finish up my base offline. And in our chest we've got a couple of nice things as well. Some more backpacks and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swords to sell. So that is a nice bundle of cash if we can sort all of them out with regards to their durability. But not too bad for a first session right after a wipe. I will see you guys back here in day 2 of my journey on New Dawn. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe. It supports the channel and helps me to make more content like this. Bye bye.